Welcome, Solarah here. Welcome if you are a returning subscriber. Welcome to my newest subscribers. Thank you for being here. You guys are so welcome. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love, your likes, your comments. I appreciate you guys. I may not have responded to all the comments that you've left so far, but I will. I do read them even if I don't always respond. I'm not the most technologically savvy when it comes to using YouTube on my phone. And for some reason, it doesn't update every time I get a message on through notifications or through email. So know that I still do read your messages and I appreciate them. I have so many messages that want to come through right now. I'm trying to figure out I think I'm just going to use the cards and see what comes out again today. I've been led to use the Oracles of Shadow and Light by Lucy Cavendish. So let's get into it. I'm going to take a moment to connect with the deck. I hope you guys are all doing well. So we have first coming out, Winged Seer. You are seeing clearly. Clairvoyance. Number 12. Number 12. At the bottom of the deck, we do have Witch at the End of the World. An important end and a new beginning. That's number 9. Number 9. So what I'm getting here is there something that has been happening in the shadows that you are picking up information about, intuitively speaking. And whatever information it is that you're picking up, you're doubting it. And the reason you're probably doubting it is because this isn't nice information. This is information that is ultimately here to help you end a cycle. Likely a cycle that was somewhat poisonous to you. A cycle that poisoned your heart. That's what I'm being shown. I'm also picking up on sacrifice energy. I'm going to be very real with you with the number 12. That is the Hanged Man energy. And the Hanged Man can mean many things, but for whatever reason, and 2022 on my clock, something about either something that occurred last year that you are picking up intuitively, or something, or you began to be shown something last year and it's beginning to unfold for you. The thing about it is that you're not seeing circumstantial evidence yet, and you're doubting yourself. There may be anywhere from 3 to 8 people involved, 3 to 9 people involved in this situation, this scenario. There's something here about time being a factor here for these individuals with whatever it is that they're doing that you are picking up on. Their time has run out, or their time is running out. My guides are telling me to go into the Moonology Oracle. I want to know what this thing is with time, what this time factor is. Yep, as I look at the clock again, 2023. What is this time factor? What is this time factor? What is this time factor? There's something about this in next year. What is this time factor? There's something about something having to be done within the context of 2023. Because if it's not, it's going to have some kind of grave effects for this person or group next year. Emotions are running high, supermoon. Emotions are running high. At the bottom of the deck, full moon in Pisces. That's Virgo season. 12th house energy. Something to do, of course, with the old age, the old world, with the full moon in Pisces. Something about holding on to that energy. As always, these are groups, people trying, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Something might be coming in for you that they're trying to block with the new moon in Taurus. Don't let your past hold you back. Trying to keep you stuck in your south node. Check out what that is in your chart. For some of you, you know, in some of these situations, they mess around with your birth chart. And what I've been seeing more and more is that what they tend to do is they either take the shadow aspect of an energy and they magnify it, and then try to put imbalance everywhere they can. So in the instance of a birth chart, it's like taking your south node energy and trying to magnify it in you through situations. And this is just one area. For example, like in my video I did on New Year's Day, I spoke about how they try to get you from as a divine being, they've tried to come at you from every angle to try to cause delays, blockages, obstruction, right? So as far as the birth chart is concerned, the south node, they might try to magnify energies around your south node to keep you stuck. Your south node, your IC energies, sometimes your fourth house energies. They try to take the shadow aspect of that to keep you stuck in like ancestral drama. The Chiron is a big one, because your Chiron as a divine being is the asteroid or the centaur, that it's all about your ability to rise up from your woundedness in order to take up the mantle of being a healer, which, you know, the majority of you, if you are resonating with my readings or this whole concept of being a divine being, then you are a healer. And so the Chiron is another thing. Check out where Taurus is on your chart and what is in your second house. There's something here. If you've been having money blocks and you've been believing it's to do with this energy, then you're right. Another thing is that there's something here to do with material gain for these person with the new moon in Taurus. The other energy, I meant to say this in a video yesterday and I realized I didn't. The Chariot energy that we are in right now. The Chariot is the number 7 card in the Tarot. 2023, 2 + 2 + 3 breaks down to 7. So we are in Chariot card energy. We are in Tower energy, because that's also a number 7 card of the major arcana. And we are also in underpinning that energy is the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Empress, and the Fool. Those are underpinning energies because of the 2023. I will get into that in another reading. I'll break it down succinctly. But I say all of that because the Chariot, what my guides have been showing me about the Chariot energy this year, the Chariot is the child of the Emperor and the Empress. It is the legacy. It is what has been born from these two energies coming together. It is the father and mother principle of God, and then their divine children, you and I, right? But it's also, when it comes to us, it's about the divine legacy we've come to bless the earth with. The Chariot is about your ability to master the balance within your own energy field to go forward and to be fully activated in your divine gold print or activated in your light body, okay? The Chariot, what my guides were showing me, very interestingly enough, and I'm still doing some research, this is why I haven't done the reading yet, because there's something behind the old Roman way of the charioteers and all this stuff. The Chariot energy is a very interesting one this year. But what they were showing me is that the wheels that take the Chariot forward are actually, it's actually how they were showing it to me, it's your actualized birth chart. Take that as it resonates. Like, the wheels are literally your wheels of destiny that take you forward in your chariot. It's literally like your birth chart, the circle of the birth chart. As such, it would make sense that there'd be fuckery, and as I say that, throat. Taurus energy rules the throat. It rules the throat. So this is also about shutting down your heart, but shutting down your truth, or your ability to access that truth, or your ability to speak your truth, write your truth, live your truth. Right? That's the throat energy. It's also your fifth dimension energy. There's something here about, and this is quite a common story, but they're explaining it to me in this way. There's something here about trying to access your fifth dimensional blueprint, gold print, legacy, trying to access it and steal from it for material gain in order to propagate certain energies of the old world. So in some of these cases, these people seem to think that they can either stop ascension by taking something that's supposed to be specifically for the new earth, or they think that somehow they can hitch a ride into ascension with other ascension beings having not done the work. But the thing about the new earth energies is that it's something that can't be faked. It's either you have the heart frequency or you don't. This is what it's going to really come down to. And I think a lot of them, in that sense, they've been duped. But this is definitely something about money here. Money, possessions, the things that you've worked for, your career with the new moon in Taurus. So whatever it is that you might have been picking up on, that you are in denial about, stop being in denial. You are seeing it clearly. For some of you, this information that's coming through, it's because it's heartbreaking. Naturally so. I can relate to that. But it's coming in because it needs to be seen so you can end this cycle once and for all. And so when you end this cycle, you don't return to it. Because right now especially, I've been feeling this energy in the air since the turn of the year. So for the past 3 days, there's this very real energy of karmic cycles that are on the cusp of closing, and these tend to be the ones that have been really very I call them persnickety. No matter what you do, you can't get away from them, or they don't want to release you, or there's always a pullback. There's been that pullback energy of these karmic cycles wanting to pull us back, but wanting to pull us back not through openly nefarious ways, but through attaching to sentiment. That's what I'm feeling. And that is also part of the Mercury retrograde energies. Just be very vigilant of what it is you've already been shown at this time. Mercury retrograde is a time of test. Retrograde energies are a time of testing. It's a time of seeing, have you learned what the cycle of going forward with this planet has shown you, so we can wrap up this once we go forward, once the planet stations to go direct again. Have you learned what it is that you need to shed so you can move into the next phase, or do you need to kind of repeat a certain lesson now? Mercury retrograde lessons, because Mercury retrogrades about 3 times in the year, they tend to be shorter cycles, but it's still a very potent energy because it has a lot to do with how we communicate with the divine, but also how we communicate with one another, and very, very interconnected with our mental reality and our mental energy. The things we think, the things we speak, the things that have been spoken over us, the things that are thought about us, and how that affects how we think about ourselves in the world. So be aware that right now there are energies of sentimentality that are wanting to kind of pull at heartstrings, to pull you back into a cycle that you might be, that you probably are being called away from. Because with this energy, like I said, what I was seeing was there's some kind, it's like a poisonous cycle. And you are seeing clearly, but it's almost like you might be in a little bit of denial because you don't fully want to believe all the details that have been shown to you intuitively. For some of you, the new moon in Taurus is going to be big because these revelations you've been intuiting by the new moon in Taurus, they would have grounded into your material reality, and there'll be no doubt. Now, you should know, going back to what I said, I didn't finish that thought. The reason these things are being shown to you is because a lot of the time, these cycles are so, like I said, persnickety, that in the past, you may have returned to them. And it's like now our guides are at a place where they're just like, it's enough. It's time to close out these cycles once and for all. And we want you to see what's going on behind the shadows. So this time, when you walk away from this person, when you walk away from this group, when you walk away from this energy, this scenario, these situations in your life, you have no desire to go back because now you're seeing the full story. So in other words, we don't want you to be drawn back in by sentiment, by sweet memories, by the good things that you want to magnify because you don't want to see everything that was happening in the darkness. You see, with all of these eyes in the background, we want you to pay attention because once this cycle is closed out, we want it to be closed out. Because bear in mind also, because we're at a turn of the age, these cycles that you're closing out, even if they're with a person or a group of people, these are energies that throughout the age of Pisces, you kept on coming into, you kept on having these karmic lessons with them. For many, the most persnickety of these energies are the ones who you've had multiple karmic experiences with that you haven't been able to close out in the past. And now, because of how the energies are on the planet and ascension, and because time has sped up, you are being given an opportunity like none other. Like, we are being given more opportunities in this lifetime to close out karmic cycles than we may have been given in 2 or 3 lifetimes cumulatively, because of the nature of the energy and the nature of time and the nature of how things are speeding up, if that makes sense. When you release this energy, when you walk away from it, a whole world is going to open for you creatively. There's something, again, about timing here in this situation, and there's something here to do with your sacral chakra energy. I'm also picking up isolation, like isolating energies, and I'm also picking up like stoppages in the sacral, which makes sense when it comes to money and money blocks. Could also be throat. Throat and sacral chakra are very much interconnected. Even physiologically speaking, the muscles in your vocal cords very much match the, especially for women, I think it's the ligaments surrounding the uterus. So, yeah. Let's see, I'm going to go into one of my karmic decks and see what other energies we're going to get out on this, to see if we can get some details behind these energies that you don't want to see. So we have someone here who has been targeting you with hate, derision, jealousy, and obsession. You may have been experiencing some kind of love spell work, okay? So love binds. But what I'm getting more than ever is that the overarching energy here is that somebody has been trying to bind your love opportunities. Bind love. This is an ongoing theme. It's coming up a lot because 2022 was a year of getting ready for unions, and many unions did come in 2022, and more are going to continue coming in as we move deeper into this new age. But 2022 was setting the foundation for those energies, and for a lot of you, again, you're connecting with divine partners romantically and platonically and professionally. You have been sent to create something with these people or with these groups that have to do with ushering in ascension even quicker. And so at every turn, these people, groups, however you want to think of them or put them, who are hell-bent on holding on to the old world, because in that world they quote unquote prospered off of keeping many of us in chains, energetically and magically speaking, specifically and dimensionally speaking too. Don't want you meeting, don't want you creating, don't want you multiplying your wealth, your energy with these divine co-creators. Okay, yes, so we have here your third house, which is your ability to communicate, be heard, and be taken seriously. So again, that has to do with the mercurial energy, and it has to do with your throat, but more than anything, it has to do with your hands. But this third house energy is all about, is how you learned as a child to form relationships. So in astrology, the first 6 houses are more about you as an individual and how certain energies form your individual reality. And the third house is how you communicate with, how you learn how to communicate with others. Is how I like to see it. It's like how you learn to communicate with others through your sibling relationships, through relationships you had with peers coming up, through, you know, neighborhood, community, all of that. That's the third house energy. Okay, so there's something here with that also that can have to do with childhood wounds around around your ability to not only communicate, but to be heard and to be taken seriously. Okay, so there's something here about, well, it's not something, it is an ongoing theme about dimming your light, but dimming your light through your ability to properly express yourself. And Gemini rules your hands, right? So it's about how you communicate what it is that you've been blessed with divinely to give to the world. Whether it's you're a creator and you literally do things with your hands, but hands are the part of our body that are here to kind of give. Also receive. But in this energy, I'm getting a lot of giving, okay? So we do have blood rituals. If that's been something that you have been thinking has been happening, then that might be confirmation for you. We have energies of sterility and infertility. We did talk about that with the sacral chakra energies. Stealing ground while ungrounded. This means that these people, they are still very much at work trying to do this stuff against you, but because you are getting more and more grounded and balanced in your energy, whenever they're sending you shit, it's sending it right back to them. And what that is causing for them is that they are losing their sense of stability and groundedness. And anytime you're trying to, you know, manifest or do this kind of stuff, you cannot maintain the power of what it is you're trying to send or do if you yourself are unbalanced. So these people are still like, they're desperate, you know, because it's like the final countdown. It's like the hour before the hour before dawn breaks for you. So they don't seem to care that these things are returning. It's just like, let's just do anything that's going to try to, something's got to work. So let's just keep going at it. That's what I'm getting. Something's got to work. There's betrayal cycles and patterning. So yeah, some of you, this is to do with somebody who is close enough to you that they get your inner child wounds, whether it's because they know you from childhood, or whether it's because they know somebody who knows you from childhood, or whether it's because you have that level of an intimate relationship where they know your wounding, period. Third house. So we have third house here, which is Gemini energy. Then we have Taurus as getting some Pisces. Okay. Let's go deeper into these karmic energies. Let's see if we can get any more messages. I'm going to split this deck because it's always too many cards. I'm going to tell you that this feels very much to me like one of these family situations. 2044 on the clock, 4-4. That is that's fourth house. That is Cancer energy. And as we get to the full moon in Cancer that's coming up, we open the year with the full moon in Cancer. We close it. These energies, very big, very big. Don't fall for their flattery. Silver tongue, twisted mind, closed heart. So yeah, again, this is the energy of there's something here that's trying to sway you and make you think that what it is that you've been picking up on isn't real. And part of this is because this person, people know that you're onto them. And as such, they're trying to reel you back in. And like I said, for the past 3 days, I've been picking up on this energy. It came out in the reading too, I think, with that Knight of Cups moon energy. Like they're trying to come in and cloak themselves again in their intentions. So what you're being told is don't fall for their flattery, because they have all of the words to move you, because they know what's going to move you emotionally. They know how to enter your emotions through your mind. So they know that, but their intentions and their motivations towards you are not savory. And these these people, you have closed heart here, which means that they don't even have like regular levels of compassion and empathy for themselves, let alone you. So it's like people like this are dangerous on your healing journey. So you have this person was a handler. So whoever you're thinking about here. Ooh, okay, so they sent a person to distract you and take you off course. That's a constant in these situations. But you are protected by beings of darkness and light. You're not to be messed with. So yeah, you've leveled up. The more balanced you become, the more you unlock higher levels of protection. And a lot of them are not aware of this because, again, they're so concerned with what's happening on the 3D and with the material aspects that they don't understand and overstand how this all works spiritually. They think they do because they're attached to books and they have all of this so-called secret knowledge, which is really stuff they stole from you. They use your magic and your stuff to destroy you. But what they lack is they don't have the spirit of magic. So therefore, they're not operating in spirit and in truth. And so what's happening is that as you are getting more balanced, as you are healing yourself, as you are rising into your divine truth and your divine power, you are reconnecting deeper and more intimately with spirit because you have that connection. Don't get it twisted. Not everybody does. This is why they've been doing what they've been doing to you. But the more you do that, the more you gain access to your divine birthrights. And part of your divine birthrights is protection. Okay? Okay, they open portals and work with anti-ascension beings to harness you and get wealth, status, or fame. So remember I said to you here that a clockwork pumpkin, a wonderful idea, the aha moment. I said to you that when you close out this cycle and you walk away from these people situation, that a whole new world of creativity was going to open to you because there was some kind of sacral chakra block. And I mentioned that with the money too. This is because you may be one of these people who, through your womb space, especially if you're a divine feminine, your womb is a portal. Let's put it this way. Your womb is a portal. If you want to think about it in a very simple, natural way, think about birth. How does a child come from, we can say biologically, this is what happens, cells divide, baby becomes this, but really, that child also has more than just its biological matter. It's more than just like a bunch of cells. It also, just like you, has a spirit and a soul. So how does that come about, right? And that is because it's passing from the spirit realm into your womb. In other words, your womb has a portal. It has a doorway into spirit. And for some of you, especially divine feminines, your womb allows... Your womb is, let's put it this way, your womb is a potent portal. That for as long as you were not aware of it and you were not, what's the word? I don't want to say profiting from it, but you were not, you were not having the full advantage of you know, it being yours for as long as you weren't aware. Others were. And their whole point was to keep you unaware so that they could do these things, and they could, some of them can travel interdimensionally through your energy field. And not only through the womb. It's not only a feminine thing, but this is what I'm getting here. It's like whatever, it's like they open portals in order to keep you ignorant so they could continue to harness from you. They're mad you ain't their mama or their daddy. So yeah, some of you, and this is quite common with divine beings, some of you hold a very potent divine father or divine mother energy. And so what that does is it draws people in, and it attracts them to you because you have a very healing energy. And so initially they're very drawn to it, but because you come to heal, your energy is healing. Sometimes in order to heal, you have to expose, and that's what your energy field naturally does. So it offers this warmth and this comfort, especially if you have the divine mother codes or energy. You have this this warmth and this comfort and this acceptance and this compassion that you afford people in on their healing journey. But the minute that they reach a certain point where they don't want to go deeper, what they'll tend to do is then begin to project that wounding onto you. And sometimes a lot of the time they don't even realize they're doing it, but over time, especially, this can build up. And if you're in an intimate situation and this has been occurring, it's like a person can really come to hate you. And they don't really even know why they hate you, but they hate you. And it's because they haven't dealt with their own inner child wounds. And you are somehow highlighting that for them. And instead of like healing and you know, taking responsibility and also, you know, looking at their own patterns with their own parents, it's like they unconsciously start to take out all of the shit they have that they cannot work through with that parent, and they don't know how to work through independently. They start to put it all on you. The money and gifts they've given you are how they get you to unconsciously consent to their fuckery. So yes, a lot of the time, and this is really interesting, a lot of the time they are materially gaining off of harvesting you. And in order to get you to consent, blindly consent, they give you a commission, kind of. They give you something in gift form. And it's part of how they ground their magic and how they kind of find a loophole in universal law. So be very aware, because like I said to you before, this energy that's around you right now is trying to keep you duped and make you think, make you doubt what it is that you've already been shown. And again, this is part of the Mercury retrograde lesson. So be aware, because this person, people, groups, whatever, they might be coming again towards you with gifts. And you, because of your open-heartedness, might be like, oh, that's so sweet, that's so kind, maybe they're not so bad, well, maybe I'm just, you know, this is what it's supposed to do. Because they're coming to you again because whatever it is that they're trying to throw at you, they're trying to ground. Okay, so be aware of that. If you're going to receive things from them, first of all, if you can avoid receiving things from them, then that's the way I would go. But if there's something that you have to take, like if it's something to do with your own survival, clear it, cleanse it, do what you have to do with it, how you are intuitively guided by way of your ancestors and guides. But be very, very aware that there's a lot of desperation energy happening right now, and it's coming in all manner of things. There are angry outbursts that are happening, or there's just followed by, you know, it's like that abusive cycle of, I'm not going to get my own way, so I'm going to throw a tantrum, and then it's, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that, let me be super nice kind of thing. Be aware of these kinds of energies around you. There's a coven or secret society activity. So this person, people around you, they owe something to this society. whether it's they owe something of yours, or whether it is that that they made some kind of pledge, whether it is that they're going into a deeper initiation, and whatever it is that they're supposed to do has to do with you. Just be aware that whatever it is that you're picking up on, you are right. You are a winged seer. In other words, you fly. You fly into other realms and dimensions, and you see all. You see beneath the surfaces. And just because it hasn't materially happened yet, trust the guidance, trust your own intuition, trust your own clairvoyance, trust what it is you're seeing, and trust what your guides are showing you, especially if you know that you are at the end of a certain cycle. Like you know that it's time to leave this situation. You know it's time for it to be closed out. Okay, so be very aware right now, because the energy is desperate and the energy is sneaky. And the thing about it also is that, especially if this is, for a lot of you, this is family energy. Like I said, these are some of the trickiest karmic contracts to end because of the nature of them. And because many of them you have had several incarnations, and you have racked up a lot of karma with these individuals and groups. So they're very, very difficult to close. But you should also know that your end of the contract with these bloodlines is over. Okay, it's over. It ended. These contracts within bloodlines, technically, they closed out. I want to say, the way I'm seeing it is most of them closed out in the full moon in Capricorn last year, 2021. So July of 2021, a lot of these bloodline contracts were closed, meaning that what it was that you were sent into these families to do, specifically in this lifetime, it's done. Okay, so many of you were sent into these. This is what the story of Jesus is actually supposed to be about. It's supposed to show us who we are as children of God. Not that Jesus was the only Christed one. We all, as children of God, divine beings, have that Christed energy that they try to keep dead in us. You came into these families to raise their consciousness in order to help them to ascend. You came with divine treasure, which is your energy, that was there to help them to heal so they could ascend. Now, a lot of them, instead of allowing you to bloom and blossom and your light to expand so that they could expand with you, they decided to cage your light and dim your light and scapegoat you. And the scapegoating is also part of the scapegoating is also part of choosing this world and its illusions over ascension. And when you choose this world and its illusions over ascension, then you're choosing to play the Matrix games. And that's what they chose. And in order to do that, they sacrificed you in many ways. And this sacrifice energy, like I said, it was coming out. This is what they're trying to do again. And be very aware. I said this in the New Year's reading. I'm going to say it again. These things play out on all different planes. There are ways to sacrifice people without taking their lives. And I'm going to leave it there. When you think about the different planes, there are different ways to sacrifice people without taking their lives on this plane. And in fact, I would argue that for many of them, that's actually been more useful for them, because they can continually take you to the brink of death and bring you back. And this is what all of these traumatic cycles are about. Taking you to the brink of death, mentally or emotionally, spiritually, doctored first, in order to bring you back to life, only to keep you going through that cycle constantly. I hope that makes sense. It's all about your energy field. If you can constantly get someone's allow a person's energy field to expand and then suddenly constrict through trauma, be made small through fear, like trauma, then you're able to extract what it is that allowed them to grow. So in other words, think about it like you're fattening up a Christmas turkey. You fatten up that turkey to take it to the slaughter. You're not taking a skinny ass, bony turkey. You wouldn't want that. You're going to feed it good stuff and then you're going to kill it, right? Think about that on an energetic level. And this is how abuse plays out too with abusers. They love bomb you, or narcissists, because the whole age of Pisces was based on a narcissistic template. So they're super nice. They love bomb you. They give you stuff. They come in. They say the right things, and then they annihilate your spirit and your soul. Murder your spirit and your soul, only to bring you back to life again with the words and the gifts, so they can do the same thing again. This is partly how they energy harvest. And this is a cycle that, if you're not aware of this now, this reading is here to break it down for you so you get it and you see it as it comes towards you. Because for some of you, it's wanting to come towards you and you're doubting yourself. Don't doubt yourself. What you're picking up is real. Okay, and I'm going to leave it there. I hope this reading was helpful and insightful. It's been a pleasure reading for you guys. As always, please make sure to hit the like if it was. Thank you again for your likes, your comments, your subscribes, your messages, your words of encouragement. Thank you to those of you who are answering other people in the comment section. If you answer a question and I don't have to do it, I just simply like it. I simply heart it, and I really encourage those kinds of exchanges, because right now, a lot of the time, this is all we have. You know, the internet right now for many of us is all we have, because we are all spread out in different places, because we need to hold the light before we can come together. But we are coming together soon. So, yeah, let's lift one another up in all ways. And I appreciate those of you who already are actively doing that here and everywhere else. I love you guys. I'm sending you love and peace and balance so that you can do that for yourselves, most importantly, because that's how we change the world. We change the world through finding our balance and recouping our divine legacies, our divine gifts, because we came here to bless the world just by being. So I'm rooting for you as you recoup everything that the old cycles try to steal from you. If you would like to work with me, I do not do personal readings. What I do offer is mentoring sessions, one-to-one mentoring, and you can do a one-off with me, or I don't encourage packages at this point, because I don't like to encourage any form of codependency. So my mentoring sessions are all about getting you through whatever it is you need to get through at the time. And to that extent, I do utilize tarot and oracle too, but I also use the full breadth of my expertise in, you know, holistic health and herbalism and all that other stuff. So if you're interested, my website information is below. You can drop me an email for that. But yes, thank you for your donations. Should you feel led to donate to my cause and to the building of this channel and community, I appreciate it. I appreciate the energy exchange in your likes and your comments. It's all appreciated, and I thank you guys so much for being here at this time and for being who you are. So until next time, I wish you the best. Be well.